Professional underachiever. That's her merch.
Yeah, it's also my merch. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite one. It just says "Befriend," and it's a croc and a Birkenstock.
They're not friends.
Why is the voltage snake coming out of the deer's booty? Sing, Carly.
How am I supposed to live and eat, live, laugh, love?
Okay, well, welcome to the podcast. We're going to go ahead and start out with that. Today, I'm Marie Rieger with Branded. Today, we have a pretty good group, kind of random, but some of us, it's their first podcast. Let's go around and introduce ourselves.
Hello, my name's not Marie.
Yes, that's correct.
My name's Carly.
Okay, good. And who do we have on the other side?
Go ahead.
I'm Sarah Stevens.
Kason Caraway, and been on here quite a few times. So I think you know who I am.
That's correct.
New one in the room. Sarah's coming freshly out of college, and
Texas Tech.
Throw them up, right? Is that what you say?
Correct.
Throw them up.
Guns
what is
up.
this extra little? Did you have extra little magazine sticking out? Okay.
Sometimes my pinky just kind of.
Oh, it just comes out. I didn't know if it was like an extended magazine there. But so you came out of Texas Tech with what type of degree?
Communication studies.
And what does that even entail in this day and age?
Everything.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, it's so broad. You can do so many different things with it. That's why I did it, because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do going into college. And I actually had a friend that was doing that, and I talked to my dad about it, and he was like, that actually sounds like something
I think
you'd be really good
some
at.
of the major keys to any type of business is communication. I don't care if you're running a flower shop, which thanks to, Swift & Co. Blues,
we have
drop those off. But anyways, basically communication is everything. I think that's a key to everybody's success. So that's pretty cool that they make a degree. I know that covers a lot, but I was under the impression that you were in marketing. Did they throw marketing into that?
Not exactly. I actually took a social media class the fall, and I got really into the social media and advertising aspect of things, but I didn't really do marketing classes.
Yeah. Obviously you contacted Marie before she even, graduated. Is that correct? So Marie, tell her what you were looking for, like basically whenever she came in.
I wasn't looking. Her parent or your dad wrote me and said that you were going to be interested and asked if we had any type of internship. And I said, well, I don't know. We've never done an internship before, but that's a really good question. So I'm completely open to it. So we talked to the team, and we decided, yes, if we have the opportunity, for sure. And so she interviewed with us, which was not conventional. Nothing we do is conventional, as she's learned this last week, that we just kind of threw her in with the team and say, okay, here we are. Let's talk about what we do and see if you're interested. We know you're going to go to another interview. And so, please consider us. And we're lucky enough that she signed on as our intern.
Well, that's outstanding.
So
that's
great.
Though, you got to think though, like Carly, you do you're very knowledgeable about marketing, and maybe you didn't graduate with a marketing degree. I'm not sure if you did or not, but basically YouTube University or TikTok University. It's kind of funny to me because I did get a marketing degree, but my marketing degree in 2013 was not marketing to what it is now.
Try my marketing from 2000. Who cares?
Yeah, and it's irrelevant.
13, that's when I graduated from high school.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I should have graduated in 2010. I was a few years behind. So.
Yeah.
But anyways,
did you do the 5-year plan?
More like 5 years and took 2 years off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically not very good at school, but I got it done, and then also got my real estate license. So I did extra schooling. But I feel like I learned so much more through hands-on and just being passionate about something versus, I don't know. It's like college. I believe in it. I'm sure. I hope that you could go in and teach a class to college kids about what actual social media marketing is nowadays versus what the overall gist of marketing is. Now, I did learn a lot from college. One of the biggest things was evoked set. Is when you think of a hamburger, what's the top 3 hamburgers you think of? So when somebody's thinking about marketing, are they thinking of branded, or are they thinking of 2 other companies in town. If you're not one of those top 3, and there may be 10, if you're not in that top 3 that evoke set, and I think the only way you get there through that is through what we've kind of started here with social media, brand awareness, through social media.
Going to all the community things.
That's very important.
That's when she signed on, I said, well, first, we don't know what you're good at. And also I want to know what she likes. And so our team is so different. We all do this is Stanley. Stanley's also
Hey, Stanley.
in the podcast. Small Shih Tzu. Hi. But everyone's so different. I wanted her to spend time with each team member.
There you go.
And I wanted her to spend time with the video team. I wanted her to spend time with TikTok and then just follow our group around. So that's what we've been doing the first week. I said, you're just going to go everywhere we go, which is really unbelievable because people just don't know what we do from the beginning of a day to the end. And like we were just talking about,
sometimes we don't even
know. We don't know that we're going to walk across a river, like, on a random Wednesday. Is today Wednesday?
Yeah.
But the thing is that it all works because we go into the shop and they're one of our clients and our friends, but then there's Decatur Barnes. We've already met with Decatur Barnes and he saw us and he said, I'm going to call you. You're on the list. We're going to get started with our next project. And he's looking for a builder. And I said, okay, well, I want to introduce you to Jake Hayes because Jake is good on the inside. This guy likes the outside, and just networking. So in a matter of 2 minutes, we networked and got a new client. And it's just so hard to teach that and train it. So that's how we decided we were going to go, how we were going to start. Like, you're just going to follow us around. Yeah. And then when you see what someone's doing, if you want to hone into that, go for it. Because we haven't gotten into the computer work, the boring part.
And which is a big part of it.
It is.
I mean, the fun part is going around and you've been exposed to more things in the past 4 months than you've been exposed to in the past probably 2 years in Decatur. I mean,
6 months now.
6 months now?
Yeah.
Okay, so good job.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've been around, touched, seen, listened, heard, met so many people in such a short amount of time that probably, if you hadn't accepted that platform of networking and marketing, people know who you are. It didn't take long, did it?
Mm-mm. No, it did not.
Yeah. I mean, it was really important. I mean, put yourself out there. Let people see.
And even the first week, she's grown up here. We've shown her things. She's like, I've never seen this. I didn't know this was here. Yeah. And just there's so many things out there that people haven't been exposed to. Because you think in the small town, everyone knows everyone and everyone, you know what, they don't. We have to use communication. We have to use marketing to let people know who's out there and what they have to offer.
My mother always said, don't be a secret agent, like as a real estate agent. If you don't go out there and tell people that you're a real estate agent, nobody really knows. So that's being a secret agent. And that's, you surrounding yourself and telling people, well, I'm out trying to do some marketing and trying to be a part of the community or trying to find my route with marketing is just going to open up so many doors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could get a call tomorrow and say, hey, I saw you with the branded team. If that doesn't work out, we're willing to hire you for this big marketing position. Who knows? And if that happens, wonderful for you. I mean, we support that 100%. And that's the beauty of putting yourself out there. I mean, Marie, how many times have you seen kids graduate recently and since you're kids and they don't have a clue even how to socialize, communicate, put themselves out there?
I know, it's so common. And you're doing a good job with real estate because you're grabbing them right out of they graduate high school or college and showing them like, this is how you can work and make money. Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I was wanting to talk to Sarah. I mean, she needs to get a little bit of exposure to real estate because real estate network is huge. I mean, it's big. Like, it's not pigeonholed. If you watch some of the games that I play in real estate, I know every guy from the farmer that owns the dirt to the guy that cleans the land to the guy that builds the pad they're all different, all the way to the end of, somebody that wants to know about hunting. Every aspect I know, and I know every connection. If I don't know how to do it, I know somebody to call. And that network, that build of network I don't know, it just gives you the platform to succeed, I guess. But you have to accept that role.
You do.
I mean, you're really good. I mean, I was looking at our board. How many guys and girls do you know with different types of businesses? If somebody walks in and says, "Hey, I don't know,"
I can't imagine how many.
It's crazy. I'm looking to learn how to butcher meat. you instantly know what to do.
I know.
I mean, I'm looking to buy land and grow cows or raise cattle, and then the whole setup. It's just amazing. It's just really cool to me.
Everything from lawyers to title companies to towns,
place to have a birthday party,
birthday parties,
like literally anything.
Yeah, yeah. And the more boards that we get on, it's so. That's what I love best about what we do is this community and connecting people, and when it's a win-win, and they can make money, and then. It's even better when they're like, "Hey, we need marketing," which happens quite often, and then we're all making money together.
Yep.
And the better we do, the more money we all make. It's great.
I think that's the way it was all intended to be.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And it's all good intentions. We're like, we love these businesses.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it too. Cause like you can go out there and like hit the ground running and say like, hey, I do marketing. Hit me up if you need anything, whatever. But I think there's a natural like gravitational pull whenever you've got the right intentions and you've got a good team and you're showing results out there in the community. Your work speaks for itself. And stands on its own. And I think that's really important. And it's not just marketing. It's for any of these businesses that we work for.
Right.
Right.
And now, like when we're getting jobs, we were talking about this today. Some people think, oh, well, they're going to get that job just because they know so-and-so or they work with so-and-so. And no, our work speaks for itself. You can look at our business pages and they have consistent branding. They have consistent posting.
Right.
They have more traffic. They have more awareness.
The numbers speak for themselves.
We have video. We have
I think one thing for people to look at is the insights on y'all's pages. There's a benchmark. There's a spot where y'all started when the owner was trying to do all the work themselves. They were trying to post the pictures. They didn't know what to write. They were posting every other week, maybe not even once a month. So there's a benchmark. Y'all take over, and it quickly shows an incline. In my opinion, if there's nothing else to look at other than that right there.
I agree.
Even if you don't get if you only get 10 likes, and your other ones are only getting 1 for the first 2 weeks or whatever, that changes to 16, that changes to 36, that changes to 1,000. And then if you hit a lick and you purposely or you post the correct thing that is more engaging, and then it just skyrockets. And then you start your new benchmark is here because all those people you just gained, you're not down here anymore.
Nope.
And it's so easy to track.
I know. Yeah. I know. Like the chamber page, you can tell the day we took over.
Wow.
Because like ribbon cuttings used to just be 2 likes.
Right.
And, same people in the picture every time, the board members. But now, like, more and more people are going to the ribbon cuttings, and they're liking it, they're engaging it. They have new members because the new members think, oh, I'm going to get showcased if I join the chamber now because I'm seeing everyone else's stuff. So it comes back to the algorithm. Our team does a really good job of getting what's going to be seen on there. And it changes by the week. Stupid Facebook.
Or, I mean, like, with Penny, for example, I go back to her a lot. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I need a new wedding ring. I want to go in there with you and like buy a new wedding ring.
Yeah, let's video that.
I
had my last one I had from her. But I was wakeboarding and I put my arm through the handle and I forgot my ring. So I was going to take it off and put it in my pocket and zip it up. Well, it was like didn't pop. So when it popped, it went right in the lake as I was already going. So
is that on video?
Not at all.
Darn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry you lost your ring.
Yeah. No, it was like I said, it's my second
first.
one. My first one I'm really sad about, but the second one was not near as special. But I do want to go in there with you and get a new ring.
Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7 or Sunday, 12 to 5.
Perfect. But anyways, continue on with your story. I just wanted to make sure I told you.
I was just saying, like, she's another one. Well, first of all, because I feel like with really large businesses, you can say like, oh yeah, we've helped them grow, but I feel like there's even more of a tangible, like, more tangible insights with smaller businesses that started
that's true.
With barely any social media footprint or anything at all. But like, I always go back to Penny in my mind because her, when we took over her page, she was having very little traction at all. And then I'll never forget, like, when I got that text message from her that said, I got to the store today and there was a line outside. There were people standing outside of my store. That hasn't happened in years.
That's
like,
so cool.
and
That's
I started crying.
Yeah, absolutely, you should. That gives me chills.
And I mean, we knew Carly was talented, and I love the way her brain worked on video editing, and then I found out she's a poet, not a UIL poet, competitive poet. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But then we also found out she can write. Mm-hmm. She can write these stories, and that's what we need for like Decatur Main Street, for Penny, for different clients, because she writes these stories and she draws you in, and you can't stop reading.
Have you ever read something that was written by somebody from like Dallas about Decatur, and you're like, holy moly, it's a cool perspective to look at it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an outsider looking in. Mm-hmm. That is something. I'm not saying you're an outsider. Please don't say it. Don't think that. But you would say that even though you were born and raised, you've seen things that now that you didn't see. Earlier.
Yeah.
So when you write stuff, like that. A blog, potentially write it, because like, don't write it like a local guy that knows every square inch of it. Mm-hmm. Write it so that people from the outside are looking in, and I think it would be more engaging even to a local person to read it in that way. You know?
She did a write-up on the Great House Hotel, which is the huge hotel above Harris and White Heat.
I read that.
And it was beautiful. And Leanne and I had done a blog 4 years ago, and I didn't even let her read it because I didn't want to have my perception.
I remember that.
Get hers. And poor thing, she had sticky notes and maps everywhere, and she was doing all these TikToks of
stress.
Her trying to like write this story. And I know it's difficult, but it comes across so well. Like, it's just. It's just incredible, and it's one thing of finding that piece. Like, what are people good at? Mm-hmm. Instead of like trying to be like, okay, Carly, you're going to go make speeches every time at the chamber election.
That was a low blow.
I'm like, well, she tried. She did not like that. Doesn't mean she won't ever be good at it. Yeah. But what she is good at is freaking Facebook and writing and TikTok and editing and poetry.
Behind the scenes
stuff.
Or in front of a camera, fully edited.
Yes. Or now podcasts. Your podcasts are really funny. And it is from the heart. It's so genuine. It's so
I guess cool. I do want to throw Sarah back in this one because I knew, like, your dad showed me the company that you were interning or working with in college.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were doing their Instagram, is that what you were doing? Or what all were you doing for them?
All platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Okay. So the way that Branded does their marketing versus the way that you were trained in the other corporate company style, explain that.
Well, that other internship was only for like one account. Like, it was for a mental health service. So it wasn't for the community. It was just for their accounts. And they, it was great doing it for them, but they were a nonprofit and just, they had recently started doing social media. So I was mainly making cute little graphics and kind of making fun posts, just like mental health Mondays, self-care Sundays, wellness Wednesdays. And then I was kind of posting things in the community too. So there was like a little bit of research involved, but this is much, much different because we're actually, and I did everything from my computer at home. So it was all like remote, but this is actually going out in the community and meeting people and learning what they want done and what they want posted. And it's a completely different thing and definitely putting yourself out of your comfort zone a lot more. So,
and that's one thing that we've noticed way back in the day is some of the polished, like, I'm going to say clip art because I don't really know any other word, but like Canva posts, they just aren't as engaging. Is what we've, as Branded, is what we've learned.
That's what it was Canva.
Yeah. So, but I really think there's a use for that and a need for that. And I think, but there's certain times, but it just can't be your whole, I've seen Instagram pages where it's the entire thing is clip art.
Snooze.
And I don't continue on. And so Marie felt the same way. And that's obviously how she built her business, but basically featuring the person behind the business.
And you too. I mean, you were definitely the first real estate agent in the area
that was comfortable with doing that.
I'm going to market myself all the time. Nothing polished. I'm going to get on this camera. I'm going to talk. I'm going to show people.
It is a very very good way to do it. But most people will never do it that way. And and if they don't do it for even with branded, it doesn't work out. It just straight up does not work out because we're asking them to do something they're not comfortable with. And we will ask them, hey, find out why you're uncomfortable with doing that. Whatever that reason is, that you do not want to post a picture of yourself or tell your story or put yourself on video. Figure out why that makes you nervous. Figure out what holds you back and break that, get rid of that, and then you'll succeed. Mm-hmm. And I tell everybody, my team is obviously it's about creating more than you consume. So instead of consuming TikToks all day, you should be making TikToks as much as you can, and not just creating content, videos, TikToks, but create value. I mean, like, what is value? Don't just, call a client and say, hey, I just want you to know I heard about the interest rates. Here's something going on. Hey, I heard about a new technique of marketing garage doors or whatever it is, of a new way to do something. Mm-hmm. Call them, give them value, and do that more than you're trying to get value from somebody. And that's just giving back from your heart, trying to give back. And that's a very easy way to build a business, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
but it also has to be real.
Right. It does have to be real, or it does not come across. Like, we went to Brett Shannon's retirement party. Oh. So that was one of the first events that she went to. And so I said, okay, we're walking into this big room. There's a lot of people there. First thing I'm going to do is scan for our clients. Because there's JK's, there's Frida, there's the Chamber, there's, Wise County, there's, Eddie. And so I'm thinking the whole time, I need to get them there. Like, what can I post on their page that looks good that they were there, celebrating this? Yeah. And then I start making a plan of how to get those people together, what it needs to look like, the centerpieces. Because I told her, I was like, somebody took the time to do the centerpiece. We want to give them the acknowledgement, the food spread. Some people don't care about it, but we want to post it. Because, to give those people the acknowledgement. But having an intern has been like a little refresher, because I'm going through, I have to speak what's going through my brain the whole time, which is so helpful.
That's a huge thing that I went through. Like, when I first got here and I was trying to explain my processes and everything, I'd never had to do that before. Say all the things that live in my brain about how I do the things I do. Say that out loud.
It's very good for you to document that, though, because there's going to be a day where you're going to need to have somebody underneath you that basically you have to train. And if you don't have that documented in some manner, which there's a lot of screen recording softwares out there that you can say, and it has you recording, and you're on. I know it's hard on your phone with TikTok, but basically there's probably a way. You could say, okay, the first thing I do is I open that. Yeah. I go to this 3 bars, I touch this tap, and then I'm thinking creatively, all right, I've already pre-recorded all these videos, so I got to go to my photos. Here's how I go to my photos. I mean, I'm talking as simple as that. If you can build that out and document that, you can scale any business, in my opinion. I mean, you're going to be, this is the very beginning of TikTok. In every platform coming out afterwards, you're gonna have to train people, because you're not gonna be able to do it all.
Yeah. No, and I mean, we found that out fast. TikTok's so hard, and
it's difficult.
So we're until we get those big clients that are saying, okay, I want to spend $2,000 on TikTok, which will work. You can get business, but you really got to drop some money on TikTok, which our area is just not there yet. It will get there, but and we'll be ready when it does get there. But we've really been making a lot of money on the ads. And then her stories and the good content that we're gathering to go along with those ads is really starting to earn some profit for our clients and us. So now we're all pulling together as a team. Like, okay, what makes a good ad? When we're out there marketing, getting these pictures, how can we translate this into an ad that will translate?
I think you also have to, when you do consume the content, if you are consuming content, you need to analyze that. What are you analyzing? What are you consuming? Like, why am I so addicted to watching this? Why am I on this? Why have I been on this one set of thing for 10 minutes? As a service provider in marketing, analyze that and say, okay, what was it? Was it the thumbnail? Was it the coloring? Was it the angle? Was it the picture? Was it the realness, or was it the clip art? What was it that got me on that? Analyze that, document that, and then give that back to our clients. And I think that's the best thing you could possibly do to grow yourself as a service provider in a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I do the same thing on my. I'm like, why did I just watch all of this? Oh, it's because I don't know. It was just it was. I'm interested in that at the moment or whatever. But relevant.
Yeah, that's something I was going to bring up earlier when you said that, is because one thing that I always go back to that I learned whenever one of my poetry coaches told me this is that you have to read more than you write. And I apply that to a lot of things, any artistic, anything. But I think, if you're supposed to be creating content, but you're just consuming it and you're not doing anything with it, that's different.
It is different.
Which
most people would be doing that. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But to study it is entirely different.
I agree with that.
To go through and say, okay, what are these people doing that's working so well? All of these creators that are getting the results, what are they doing that I'm not? What can I take with me back to my accounts, to my clients' accounts? And the same thing on Facebook and Instagram or whatever. You have to read more than you write, because you can be a savant. Is that the word?
I trust you on that.
But
one.
it's
I don't know why you're asking me about words.
It's
she loves words.
Right. It's rare that you're going to know all there is to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
and the more you know, you realize I don't know anything.
Right.
Dang it. I have so much to learn.
Yeah. We never stop learning as business people, as humans or whatever. So, and this stuff changes every single day.
You know what's funny in my mind is like, so let's just talk about Marie's always. So two things: my long content video walkthrough videos. Like, I always thought that was like really good for me. It did help, but I'm going back and analyzing that a lot lately, and because obviously it's just a lot of time, effort, and money. And is it really getting the results? If you look back, unless I put an additional $500 behind that video, it's not getting seen right now.
Isn't that
at all.
Heartbreaking?
It's very, and I don't think any of my clients as sellers and understand the amount of money and time and effort that I have put into marketing.
Unfortunately, that's TikTok's fault.
Yeah. So with that, me analyzing that and me just saying, and so I called Reed today. I was like, Reed, all my old videos, I want to first, horizontal. I want to edit them in Final Cut Pro and change them to horizontal, and then take 3 minutes, make it into 1 minute raw footage, and then get it into somebody else's hands and cut that into a smoother, genuine, relevant reel or TikTok, and just start blowing those up.
Yeah. Because Reels and TikToks are getting the most views right now.
But think back, let's talk about, I've been doing that for 5 years, those longer ones. There's still a lot of agents that aren't even doing that. And I'm already mentally saying, I got to get away from this. And some have never even started.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that hadn't even started marketing like that. And I've been doing it for 5 years, and I'm like, it's not working anymore.
Yeah. You're moving. You're past it.
I got to get off
You're
that.
on podcasts now. And,
Reels is going to be.
And that's how you grew so fast. You did stuff that other people weren't doing. Yeah. You have to be innovative.
Yes. Innovative and willing to spend money and take the risk.
And with analyzing that, it's not TikTok that's going to make it work, or Reels that's going to make it work. It's short form content. Because right, because things like TikTok that then morphed into Reels, that then morphed into Instagram and Facebook Reels or whatever, has your brain gets conditioned to only palette that short form content, and you only focus on so many seconds at a time. And if your brain doesn't click with those first few seconds, you're scrolling.
Oh, I know it.
And that short form content has taken over all of social media.
I think it's crazy. I'll be on Instagram, and then say I'm on just posts or whatever, and then all of a sudden it suggests a reel, and I'm like, oh, that looks funny. So I click it, and then I kind of go back, and I'm watching all these reels, and then I go back to where I started, and I'm like, I didn't even know I was on reels for the past
Crazy.
5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. I didn't even realize
that dopamine rush
that I was on pictures
on Facebook or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. And now I'm deep into video short form content. Or
2 hours later, you're like, where am I?
I know. Dang it. And you get that little voice.
And then you never get that time.
You've been scrolling for a long time. I know. Shh.
Yeah.
I stayed up so late last night watching TikToks.
It's just.
So now
But I haven't been on in a while.
TV
so
anymore.
if I haven't been on in a while, I'll be on there for a long time.
Well, now you can sit there and say, why am I on this? And what did I mean, what do I do to give back to not only market yourself, you know, I mean, that's one thing that I would highly recommend is to market yourself. Like Sarah needs to be her own brand.
Yep.
And what a good start. You know, because she's in front of the camera now. She's on a podcast. Today's her first podcast. Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
And
is it hard,
she's
by the
on
way?
this TikTok.
It's a lot better than I thought it would be.
I told you
because y'all are just all really nice and like easy to talk to. So it's a lot better than I thought it would be. But at first, I was like, a podcast? I was like, what is it? Whenever we were almost here, I was like, what is this podcast going to be about? I was like, what are we going to talk about? She was like, we're just going to talk.
Yeah.
Every podcast I've ever been on is always just, I don't think we had an agenda at all.
No,
And I
there
don't
were
know.
a couple, you know, with people that would pay for it. I'll say, okay, what do we
you gotta
need
get
to
out?
cover?
Yeah.
And I'll get those bullet
Yeah.
points because if they're in here paying, you know, I want to make sure that we address them all. But I said, just let me worry about, you know, hitting these bullet points. Other than that, we're just going to talk until it kind of fizzles out, and then we'll go.
You know what my
I like that.
most engaged podcast was with your dad?
Really?
Yep.
I remember
That's
that
a
one.
good
Yep.
one.
That
He
one
was,
got
because it shared. I mean, like even Cameron Haynes shared it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, which him and Cameron Haynes are close, and but Cameron Haynes like is at the top of Instagram and kind of the hunting industry, whatever. So it's crazy, you know. It's who you know or who you can actually get on. One thing I thought about, I read a book, or it was not a book. It was I don't even remember now. It might have been an audio book or whatever, but talking about podcasts in the future. Not everybody really does have an hour or 30 minutes to spare, you know?
Yeah.
So what about these new things called 5-minute podcasts? Or
Yeah.
you call a
Good story.
you call a really good content creator or somebody that has a lot of followers, you call them and say, hey, we're going to do a phone call, and you still get to use their picture in the thumbnail. You still get to do all that. And you're like, but you call them like, hey man, all I need is 4 minutes of your time.
That's great.
I need
like that
4 minutes
idea.
of your time. They're like, I got 4 minutes to spare. Do they have an hour to spare in the drive? No.
Yeah.
They only have
Yeah.
a short amount of time. I'm talking about
still shocked how many people watch these whole things, though. I mean, still.
I get
and
it.
it's all your idea. Thank you so much for talking me into this. 'Cause
No.
I was like, this podcast? Nobody wants to listen. And, oh, yeah, they do.
It's just because it's something that even like Cooper and I were always listening to. I did not go a day without listening to a podcast, and you don't either.
I don't.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, so why not be the ones that create more than you consume, right?
I know. I just never thought it would be me.
on long car rides. That's whenever I don't really listen to podcasts very often, but if I'm on a long car ride, I will always.
I like to listen while I'm cleaning or, you know,
Yeah, because you feel like you're multitasking.
I agree.
Like you're learning and driving.
My wife always gets upset with me because on long drives, I always have my headphones. I have to put my earpods in, and because she's got something going on. The kids have something going on. I just need my own. Like, I don't mind taking a long drive because I'm going to get a podcast in.
Yes. Should I tell my possum story?
I don't approve.
Because I think it's good
As a
content.
mother, I don't approve of this.
Well, it's kind of hot outside, and our garage had a lot of stuff in it. It started smelling.
What a wild
funky.
change of subject.
It is. This is a major change of subject, but I'm really proud of myself for accomplishing this goal. So it started smelling funny, and then the second day, hot. Oh no, it's a dead animal. But we had 1,000 things going on last week. It was just crazy. I did not have time to empty out the entire garage. So finally on Sunday, I was like, okay, this is happening. I'm going to get that possum. It's 100 degrees. Let's start. I emptied out the whole garage. I've finally located. I get the blower out, and I start blowing. And this huge thing of fur with just a couple bones like float across. I go, oh, that's it. That's the possum. Have you ever found a dead possum?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, it was a possum. So I move the toolbox, and then it's just the flesh. Oh, and it stinks. There's some bugs. So I do. Is this fun, Carly? At least you're not eating this time. The first time I told her this, she was almost done eating.
Keyword almost.
Yeah. And so then I have to like scoop up the flesh, you know?
Yeah.
Because I have to get it out. And so I'm like, this is happening. So I get it. And then I think I'm done. This is the worst part. It's not. What do you think the worst part is?
The maggots.
This story.
Have you not seen Roadkill out here?
I don't stop and play with it.
There was a poop tube that had settled at the bottom and like formed to the concrete.
Oh.
I could not get it off the concrete, and it smelled worse than the dead body. It was.
I forgot I can still hear if I take off the headphones.
So anyway, I had to like chisel. And then I winched it off, and now I have a clean garage.
Did you put bleach on it?
I did. I did use bleach. Are you happy? I did.
So proud.
Yes, I used bleach, and I cleaned it out, and now my garage is clean and enjoyable.
There's not many ladies that I know have done something like that.
I was really proud of myself. I feel like I should tell more people the story, but I guess I shouldn't. Carly came up with this voice today. Do you?
How do you just come up with a voice?
She's brilliant. That's how her mind works. No, but would you say strong woman, little? I don't know.
We're not.
It was funny, but yeah, we're at 34 minutes. So,
happy birthday!
Oh, well, Sarah, congratulations on your first podcast. Thank you so much for joining us and being our intern and hanging out and meeting all these people. It's so fun.
I'm glad to be here.
And,
this was quite tame for your first podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it usually gets crazy.
I was about to say, people need to like comment if Sarah needs to be on more of them or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sarah can take my place.
No. I mean, we can all take turns.
What's the most amount of people you've had in a podcast?
The chamber, you did one with a bunch, right, Michael?
I think there was like eight. Around when they announced the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
There was 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
Comment on this if Sarah should take my place in the podcast.
I think you should both be on here.
Big kid Sarah.
Big kid Sarah.
Sorry, I was a little quiet. I just like trying to get the feel of everything, but
you were great. So great.
It was fun.
So what has this first week been like? Or what has been your favorite part of the week? Or do you know?
Favorite part? I mean, all of it. I've just been trying to learn everything, and it's been really fun. Like, everybody has been asking me, my friends and family, like, so what are you doing for them exactly and stuff? And I'm like, it's hard to explain, but I try to explain it in the best way I can.
Sometimes we slap each other with
but I just explain the marketing and advertising aspect to it, and they're like, oh, okay, Leah, that makes sense. But, yeah, it's definitely, like I said earlier, definitely gets you out of your comfort zone. Like something like this too. I had no idea that this was even going to happen until like 5 minutes before we got here.
They
Same
never
thing with
give me a heads
Kaysen
up.
was in his office.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know not to give me a heads up because I'll freak out.
Yep.
They tell
And we
me 10
even
minutes
forgot
before.
to get our coffee before.
Yeah.
But that's fine because then I probably would have had to pee.
Yeah. So we're winning. Now we can go get coffee.
Yeah. I deserve a coffee.
Yeah.
Well, you have permission to, if you want any type of trying something, come and do some real estate stuff. If you want to learn how to market, you could start your own division. The only thing you do for branded is do real estate marketing. If you wanted to do, you could put that on your resume that you've done real estate marketing. You've done pick something you're passionate about, and we will just blanket you with the resources and let you just take off. I mean, that's you. It comes from your heart. You decide what you want to do, what you like to do. And I don't think you'll know unless you try everything what you want to do.
And that's right. And that's what I told her at the beginning. If you see someone like Capri and all these ads, thousands, I think she's up to like 20,000 a month in ads. Like, it's crazy. And to watch her sit there and place them, and to watch her work with the clients to make sure that they're converting, and you have that experience.
Coca-Cola would hire you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, like.
And then you have a TikTok influencer. You have #1 real estate. You got a podcast studio.
You're right. It's awesome.
It's wonderful. I'm really excited
And
for
if you ever need to use any of if you want to come in here and record your own podcast, feel free, do whatever you need to do to get yourself out there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Gosh,
really
guys,
cool.
So nice. And I'm glad to hear you say that I've been a refresher for the things that you need to do. That makes me happy.
Yeah, because I just do it.
You're not a burden, right?
No. Oh my gosh, anything. And she's done 2 good write-ups, which is so time consuming. I can't write. I'm terrible. And
me both. That's how I have Grammarly.
Oh, Grammarly.
By the
Yeah,
way,
that's the
Grammarly.
first thing we did. We
Not an ad, but it could be Grammarly. Hit us
Sponsored
up.
by
BigKidCarly@gmail.com.
I know we do need to get a business account because now we have individuals, blah blah blah. But anyway, but that was the first thing I did. I was like, get Grammarly, and we're gonna go. So she's already doing write-ups, and
You
that's
have it
so
on your
helpful.
phone, laptop, everything.
Because when we're out in the field, I'm like, I need a write-up on Brett's retirement party. Say thank you so much for your service, but no typos. And she sends it to me. I have all the photos, and then we can just go. So it's been great.
Good.
It's been really good.
Well, all I would say is put in the hours, because the more hours it's like going to college again. You know what I mean? Try to get as many hours every time this is worth 3 hours of credit. You did 1 class today. You know what I mean? Like, think of it in the way that you're trying to get your master's almost, and you need to consume as much. It's almost like college is giving you the permission and the platform to go learn now. Like, you need to go get hands-on experience, in my opinion. So
yeah, college is great, but it's definitely not hands-on, like you said. And then also almost 2 years of my college was basically all from my laptop, because we were sent home, and everything was either online, or if it wasn't online, it was a hybrid where we go in like 1 day a week. And so that kind of...
I feel so sorry for y'all.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Yeah.
But now you're out and about.
Yeah.
And learning.
It's all back to normal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And marketing is such like a wide umbrella. Like they were saying, you can use this time to figure out what under that umbrella is your actual niche.
I agree.
Your actual passion. What are you going to excel at the most because you love it?
Yeah. And some people said, don't take an intern, because you will spend all this time training and teaching them how to do something, and then they're going to leave and get something else. Yeah, but so then I started thinking about it, and I said, no, I'm gonna teach her whatever she wants. Yeah, I agree. And then if she stays with us, that's a gift to us. And then if she doesn't, that's a gift to someone else, and we're gonna support her. And then that's a network. Yep. That's she can use us, we can use her. And I'm not gonna tie her down, any of the team.
Marie, you and I've never really listened to other people's opinions on marketing and stuff. So it's like, I mean, we listen, we gain knowledge, but I'd rather her have a good experience and let her feel like, like Carly's just happy to be here. Like, I'd rather that happen than, well, we're only going to show you a third of how the process works. No, here's exactly how we do it. If you want to stay, keep going, let's go. Anyways, and if you need a camera or want to learn how to use a camera, just same thing with Carly. Borrow it, pick it up, and there's...
We need the wide-angle lens.
Try not to fall in a pile of stickers while you're holding it.
Jake Hayes and Rosie, they designed this incredible container guest home for the Langtos, and we need to get that on film. Yeah. And so I talked to Jake about it this week, and Langto, so we need to get...
I'll have that one tomorrow morning and then be back tomorrow afternoon. So
okay. All right, good to know.
And I also always ask Michael, they could borrow one of these studio cameras. Yeah. So, anyways, all great. Yep. That is a good one.
You like that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, the footage from Food Truck Challenge, we're using that to promote next year.
Beautiful.
Because she got really good footage. Have you seen it yet?
I hadn't seen any of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there really hasn't even been time to go through all the raw footage, and I've gone through some of it, but not all of it.
It's really good.
Can you see the struggle of a video editor? How hard that is to take hours of footage and convert it into. I mean, I know you do that with TikTok.
I've been doing it forever. Yeah,
that's what she does.
Yeah. Do you use Final Cut Pro or anything like that?
I use Adobe
Premiere.
Yeah. But I've been doing it in some way, shape, or form for a long time. Mm-hmm. Not obviously in this aspect, but it's definitely a lot. And even brand videos that I'll do sometimes, I'll have 30 minutes of footage and I have to get it down to a minute. And I'm like, how? Yeah, I've emailed a brand one time and I was like, so can I use the 3-minute feature? Or does it have to be a minute?
Instead of 1? Oh, can you give us a quick update on Reunion?
Yes.
The documentary.
So
what's happening with that?
The metal cornhole.
The family that hired us to do that, we had a long meeting with them, and there's some things that we wanted to recapture. So let's just say that. Yes. Basically, there's a few more interviews that we can get. When you try to gather everything in 1 week, that's a lifetime story. The video, the final product that we have right now, which is, let's just say 85, 90% done. It's good. Mm-hmm. But we were talking about it and we want to make it great, So in order to make it great, we got good stuff, right? And we made a good video, but we want to take it to the next level. And with that is increasing the budget, increasing the footage, increasing the animation, to overlaying like family trees, to the maps over top of the footage. Cool. A lot of stuff that we had not done up to that point. So it's going to be further along than, yes. But the whole point of it was not to launch it before reunion. I wanted that. I really pushed for that. But before the family that hired us, we're going to start pushing it to film festivals and things of that nature. So it really can't even launch it to the public anyways, unless it's a paid event. So if there is a featuring, it's going to be a private event for the family and friends, that put it on. It's not going to go on YouTube.
Yeah. We knew it wasn't going to go on YouTube, but we were hoping to have a premiere, but that it won't be finished in time, number one. And then the family, the family doesn't want that. They want to submit it to the festivals first.
Yep.
And that's then number two, they want some more footage for this year.
Like I said, it's taking it from good to great is the plan.
And good news, the crew will still be out there some at reunion, because that really did add a completely new aspect to reunion for us. It was so enjoyable to be out there with the camera.
I even think, if we can increase the budget and rent the cameras and do it over, get, Carly getting stuff. If you wanted to run a camera out there,
so cool.
I cried so much, like the family stories, and then just watching the story of life between birth and death in these cabins.
Yep.
And
what it did is it opened up some things that we didn't even realize was beautiful out there, like these stories about a daughter coming straight from the hospital, to the reunion, and then don't let the husband saying, "Don't let anybody touch that baby." First thing that happens is all the aunts and uncles grab it and start, loving on it. So like, there's beautiful stories that, what if we got footage of that baby, that girl, of course we didn't get it at that time. It's really hard. She probably wasn't even there. Right.
Yeah.
But what if we actually have a clip of that girl, who's now 30 years old?
Just a lot more like relevant B-roll that tells the story that's being told in the background. Yeah.
So, and also what Reed was able to accomplish with the editing, with what he has, was, like I said, it was good. Taking it to that good to great is adding that additional B-roll that you're talking about, that really paints the story and it adds those final touches. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, I am
sorry,
so
Michael.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Flowers, you okay?
Like, you can have a video that's finished and edited and like kind of feel good about it. You're like, okay, yeah, but have a gut feeling that there could be more. It could be better.
Well, I got this surge of like chills and like exciting on certain parts of it. Mm-hmm. So we need to analyze, when did we get that endorphin of like, oh, that made me feel good. Well, that story was great. And then we need to find what it was and go back and document more of that same stuff to add to what we already have. So we're basically watching the video we have and then overlaying new B-roll footage on top of it, and potentially getting a little bit more drama. It was a very mild year. If you're looking for, I'm not saying there has to be a fight or anything like that, but like there was nothing that crazy happened. It was just a real.
There was a little water balloon drama.
When is there never not,
Yeah, and there was some band drama. But at the same time, we want to be respectful to the families.
We
want drama, but we still want to be respectful, and so, we definitely get some more stuff this year.
It's in the details, and it's in the B-roll, and it's in the way you tell the story that's being told. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Reed has done with what he had is as good as he could have done. And the
Love
owner.
him.
Yeah.
What is y'all's relation? How did y'all know each other in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
We've been friends since before I was in high school. I think actually he was in like maybe 8th grade or something when we became friends. I was in like 6th grade.
Oh, because he was close to your sister's age. Okay. Older sister.
I remember when y'all saw him at reunion last year.
Yeah.
We were at the breakfast.
Yeah.
Same thing at the breakfast. We were like, do we use this footage? I don't know.
I thought it was so cool what he was doing. I was like, wow. Because I didn't even know about Brandon at the time.
Yeah. No, Reed is the real deal.
Reed is he's genuine.
I told him one day, I said, dude, we're going to be showing up to your red carpet because you're going to be the producer of a show one day.
I have always said that. Like, I've always told him, because he's just so talented. I've always told him, like, you're gonna be big one day. I know it.
And he has that demeanor and that look of the creative, artistic man like that. So,
the hair.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my status update on the documentary, and that's based on the recent interview or meeting with the family. So,
and your video team is still real estate videos, business cards. A lot of people are doing those. Yeah,
those work really well. I think it's a foundation video that needs to happen for every business, and you can tell. If a picture tells 1,000 words, how many words does a video tell? And because it just shows. I always think back to Taylor Septic's video. I just love it.
And even theirs is a gift to their family because it's family history too.
Yeah.
Their family loves it.
Yeah, those are Michael. Reach out to Michael. He can set that up, and he knows exactly what to do and what to document in order to set that meeting up.
We did our first podcast with a grandmother.
I heard that.
Beautiful.
Did it launch already? I heard that y'all did it. Did it already launch?
It launched.
I need to go back and watch it.
Stuart Ranch brought his granny in here. I cried. It was the first podcast. I just kind of froze because I really did. I pictured doing a podcast with my grandmother, and I had to stop. I couldn't go on because my brain. I just got upset, and it was just so beautiful, and to watch them smile when she talked about her husband, and it was just so sweet. And so I just want to encourage everyone to get their family members in here.
I would do anything to get my two grandfathers that I lost recently in here. But too late now. But
now we need to get who's left.
Yep, I know.
Get them in here.
It's such an easy way to document that.
It is.
And you'll always have it. So.
Yep. So things are starting to really go in the right direction and the right speed. It seems like everything's really fast. I don't know how y'all feel, but.
Yeah.
Well, it's already July, almost July.
Well, I didn't realize until we were sitting here that I've been here
how hard May was for everybody?
May almost killed me.
We're still recovering.
I'm still recovering from May. That was hard.
You didn't get shingles or anything like I did last year.
No, but almost. I felt like tingles in my jaw, and I kept thinking about you, and I just kept thinking.
It was this time last year that I got it, and coming off of a stress load, that I don't have this year. I mean, I learned from my mistakes and built this good team and systems and. To try to alleviate that, and just it's all mental though. I mean, it's all deciding, hey, family's number one. If I miss a client because I decided to be with my daughters, then
so be it. Yes,
so but there was a time in my life where I was like, customer service, I have to take care of everybody. If anybody needs me, I got to take care of them. So
and now we know we're going to say no in May. We have our allotted things that are happening already. We're going to start saying no. Yeah. And we got to protect our team. We got to protect ourselves. And October is the same way. I always forget, I recover from May, but then October is getting there. And we just have so many events in October. September,
they said we're going to a haunted house and we're going to video it.
Which one?
I don't know, but I'm terrified already.
I don't want to go
You're
either.
You're going to be fine.
It's not. I just don't touch me.
Have you ever seen like on Ellen?
Like an actual where they actually try to scare you haunted house. I thought you meant like a local thing, and I'm like, no, don't worry about that. But
have you ever seen like the segments on Ellen where she has one of her assistants is like terrified of everything?
Yes,
and she sends her into haunted houses with just like a selfie stick and a GoPro. Okay. That's gonna be me. I'm just gonna be like screaming
with my eyes closed.
I have a GoPro. We just need to get a lighting system. And you have a GoPro, don't you, Michael? Yeah,
I'm nervous about.
No, hey,
just
we should
one of
get
those pod lights that goes
a chest harness or something or it's like the pole that you see it's just sticking out in front of you the whole time. You don't even have to hold it.
We're just gonna be like
because it gets your like reactions and stuff.
Just a full mount or like a helmet with the.
Who came up with this idea?
Like the helmet.
There was a show on MTV that did that. They would go through haunted houses with the camera.
Oh, it's happening.
That's easy.
I'll do it if it's good content.
But
are
you kidding me?
We're going to need an EMT
and I cannot do that foam tunnel. Oh, no, I will not do that foam tunnel.
I will not go to... what's it called?
Cutting
Crazy
Edge.
House? Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge. I'm not going there.
Nope.
You been to those?
Take me to the.
She likes it.
Take me to the G-rated one.
I've been to so many haunted houses at this point. Like the last time I went to Cutting Edge this October, I was like, "It's not like I remember it."
Wow.
Like it was scary, but it was.
What's the one in downtown Fort Worth where they? It's an old meat.
That is Cutting Edge, right?
Is that the one?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's like multiple.
It has
stories?
like a giant skull outside or something. Yeah. I used to drive by it just in the middle of like February, and I'd be scared. You just drive by and you're minding your own business, and there's a giant head leading into a giant warehouse, and you're like.
And it's like
I was just trying to have a good Tuesday
with broken glass.
just trying to have a Tuesday.
I'm just trying to drive by on a Tuesday.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back.
This 30 minutes turned into 53.
That's okay. It was good.
Yeah. Thank you, Kason. Thank you,
y'all.
team. Y'all are so great. Thank you, Stan. You're a little annoying, but
okay. Have a good day.
That's right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, and Franklin got a sibling.
Thank you, Penny.
Thank you, Penny.